What the shell is up, everybody? Video Game Turtle here, back again, and today we're going to be talking about Hollow Knight. It's a unique game where you learn how to listen, how to immerse yourself into a living, breathing world. You'll start out lost, aimlessly navigating through vast, perilous corridors in search of finding something, anything, anyone who can give you clues and items to help you out on your journey. It's a somber, quiet, yet somehow comforting journey through...
No!
Please help me, something's on top of my head.
Ada!
I don't do fast travel, I only do slow travel.
Ada.
Hey now, don't look so depressed. We'll talk about your game, and we'll talk about Silksong instead. If the original Hollow Knight was a game that taught you how to listen, then Silksong is a game that teaches you how to speak. Enter our protagonist Hornet, who has the special ability to heal anytime that she rolls an R.
Bren!
Bren.
Bren!
Verb. N.
Vienta!
I'm not cheating, you're cheating. Healing half your health is the cheatiest skill there is.
Magina fora.
What did you just call me? The game teaches you how to speak just a little too much, as with all of Hornet's yapping and grunting, your neighbors will probably think you're some sort of women's tennis superfan. But by far and away, the noise you'll be hearing the most of is this. This game is hard. There is no difficulty option and no mercy. So after killing a small army in the arena, did you think that one of these big beetle clappers was hard? Well, how about two big beetle clappers? So you finally found a hard boss at the very top of Bile Water, but it's okay, you can just go back and try again, right? Yeah, it just takes a whole 5 minutes to run back. So you've started to memorize the movesets of hard bosses like Morwing and the Last Judge, but it'd be a real shame if we switched up the movesets halfway through the fight. Like getting boomerangs with impossible physics and flame pillars that spawn out of nowhere.
Garama!
I'm not trying to make you and your game look bad. More importantly, though, what are you doing right now?
Garama!
I mean, I'm telling you, it's not you. It's just your game is really hard.
Gegda! Drossik halimo. Gala negosa dross. Hakana sagamos. La fenu venido. Beni Frank, fadastama. Venera, cadestre. Pushanka. Yanara. Pushanka.
Hornet, please, I get that you like the Poshanka lady, and I do too, but I can't understand a word that you're saying. Except the phrase get good. For some reason, that's the only thing in the English language that you know, but yeah. I hate to say it, but you're right on that one.
Shaw!
While the game can break you in many different ways, there's a lot more ways that you can break it, whether it be built in officially in-game or unofficially through the things that you find out simply by experimenting and learning it. There's only really two reasons why the game feels so difficult, and they both have to do with speed. The speed at which the difficulty ramps up, and the speed at which the game itself plays. The game loves speed so much they even made two impossibly ridiculous speedrunning trophies / achievements which nobody will probably ever go for, but anyway. Here's what the difficulty of the first Hollow Knight felt like, a nice gradual curve over time. Here's what the difficulty of Silksong felt like. It really ramps up after the first boss, and then it super ramps up after you acquire the sprint ability. In short, anytime you get faster, so do the enemies. And the sprint ability is one of the first abilities you'll ever pick up in the game. Misinput, comment! The developers were so keenly aware of how fast they made Hornet that they made the enemies matcher, leaving you with a chaotic, frenetic, absolutely insane pace of a game. It feels like you're playing any Metroidvania, except on ×2 speed. Let's take a look at Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Alright, cool, let's compare that with Silksong. Both of those clips were actually 15 seconds long. Now in Castlevania, Richter landed 5 hits while the enemy launched 2 attacks. In Silksong, Hornet landed 13 hits while the enemy launched 6 attacks. Kind of an extreme example, but you get my point.
I understand it now.
The enemies need to be fast to stop Hornet in time before she can roll her R's to heal. Hornet's verbal dexterity is fueled by violence, Silk, which she coincidentally can only get by hitting things. Yeah, nice rolled R, Hornet. We're all very impressed. Remember that time I told you guys this game would teach you how to speak? What I meant by that was you'll actually just be learning swears and slurs, mostly. On average, I probably died like 6 or 7 times to each boss, and while the first couple of deaths are really frustrating, mostly because you're mad you didn't get it first try, the attempts after that actually start to get really fun. Like, I almost feel bad for people who beat a boss on the first try because you don't get to really get into the fight. That's what's the most fun about the game is getting into this zone where everything's clicking and you're just destroying the boss and not getting hit. It's amazing just how quickly you can pick yourself up and turn the tables around on them. But besides the tight, top-tier, and turbulent combat, you also have Texas-sized Titanic, terrific amounts of exploration to be done, and Silksong really nails this stuff down to a T. There is a lot hidden underneath the surface in this game, and you're gonna want to explore every crack and every crevice to find the hidden treasure that lies inside. Hornet, just what the heck are you up to now? Alright, let me see that. Behold, dog. I'm not a dog, I'm a turtle. And this is an Elden Ring. Erase it. I'll show footage of that time you got kidnapped in the slab. Or that time you almost got taken over by the tentacle monster. That's what I thought. This game is a masterclass in environmental storytelling. It's a show not tell game, which is perfect because if I wanted to have walls of text, I would just go and read a book. But this game actually has you just interpret what's going on around you visually, without wastes of time and exposition dumps and random NPC dialogue. Everything is very brief when it comes to text, which leaves you with more action and fun. However, if you're into that, they do give you an option in the form of the Needle N, which is basically just a totally optional way to gain more textual insight into the story. Hold triangle to roar, hold triangle to door, hold triangle to lore. Asian parents only wish they could have their kids gain this much value out of an instrument.
Why don't you go teach some other people, take the money, you know?
But as soon as you start using it, you begin to realize just how insanely deep this game goes, how much they manage to stuff into it, all its secrets and attention to detail. It can all be fleshed out with your Silksong. I find that the best video games are those that reward the player's curiosity. Team Cherry really understands this sentiment. No one room feels empty, and if it does, there's probably a breakable wall around somewhere waiting for you to find with an upgrade, a new sub-weapon, or a shortcut into a brand new area, continuously feeding and rewarding your curiosity. On the flip side, there are more traditional methods of getting cool things through side quests and shops, although the shops are really pricey, with the currency in them found only on certain enemies, making for a really rough economy. And the side quests are as mundane as every other game, find 6 flowers, collect 10 bells, loot 8 bits of cloth. However, even with these crappy side quests, you are rewarded if you complete them all in the form of an entirely new act, with the main bosses found there being my favorite in the entire game, completely erasing this criticism from my mind. The Coral Towers is an absolute gauntlet of a coliseum. It's got nothing but brand new enemies and one thing only, combat, and it climaxes with one of the most fun and well telegraphed fights in the entire game. Then you have Nihilith, which happens to be the exact opposite of that, in that it's pure platforming, and the only platform you actually have is the boss itself, so you better get good at pogoing and wall clinging or else it's game over. Finally, you have Scar Singer Carmelita, and this one is one thing and one thing only too: pure atmosphere. You meet a giant decrepit red bug past her prime, get transported, start hearing soft cheering and singing, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Get attacked by a small red ant army, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Get swarmed by 2 elite knights, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Then you get assaulted by this creature, and you're singing and dancing, all while she's attacking you, and all of her attacks are designed to sweep you off your feet, and before you know it, you're like, what the heck happened? And the only thing that presented, to sum it up, is like, oh, how we danced, oh, how we sang, and you're like, huh, I guess that makes sense. Phenomenal boss, 10 out of 10 game. To top it all off, in a year where game companies like to release games for borderline $100, this thing is coming in at 26 Canadian pesos, which is one heck of a deal. Such a value game. This truly is the silkiest game of all time.
Ada!
Alright, I'll move. Why is there a dance club nearby? It's probably not important. Anyways, that's all I've got to stick my neck out for today. Thanks for sticking around until the end.